Bao Island Storyteller, Journey to the West. Hey kids, welcome to Bao Island. On Bao Island, every story has a taste. Today's taste is three oceans crashing into one salty breeze. This episode, we're in Kenting National Park. Today's story, Tricks and Treasure.
Welcome back to the Bao Island bus. I'm your captain. We've reached the southern tip of the Hengchun Peninsula, Kenting National Park. Taiwan's very first national park, established in 1984. This is where three bodies of water meet, the Pacific Ocean to the east, the Taiwan Strait to the west, and the South China Sea to the south. The coral reefs offshore are some of the best preserved in all of Taiwan, and every autumn, gray-faced buzzards fill the sky as they migrate through. I've parked the bus on Kenting Main Street, everyone out.
Breathing deeply, the wind here is incredible. It just does not stop. And the sea, if I look left it's one shade of blue, and if I look right it's completely different.
That's because three ocean currents converge right here. The Taiwan Strait is shallower and greener, the Pacific side is deeper and more indigo. Where they meet, the colors blend in ways you won't see anywhere else on the island.
And the name Kenting itself has a story. In the Qing dynasty, the government brought settlers from Fujian and Guangdong to develop this land. Those laborers were called Kending, strong men who opened up the earth. The land was named after the people who worked it.
So Kenting isn't a place name, it's a people name. Workers who built something from nothing. That's very cool.
And underwater, the coral reefs have been protected since the park was established. On a clear day you can snorkel and see 8 to 10 meters down.
Taking a deep breath, I want to remember this. Three oceans meeting. Wind from every direction. Okay, let's hear about Sun Wukong disguising as a demon's mother.
Laughing, let's do it. There's something here, something you can only taste on Bao Island, where three oceans converge at one point. The flavors have nowhere to escape, they concentrate right here at the very tip of the island.
Excited, what is it? Tell me, tell me.
Take a guess.
Mouth full, let me take a bite first. Excitedly, something warm. We need something warm, the wind is strong today. Wanluang pig knuckles.
From the town of Wanluang, famous for nothing else, but also famous for these across all of Taiwan.
Enthusiastically, these pig knuckles have been braised for hours in a sauce of soy, rice wine, garlic, ginger, and 5-spice. The skin gets this incredible glossy deep brown color, almost lacquered. And the texture, when you bite in, the skin is gelatinous and rich, the meat underneath falls off the bone completely.
Wanluang is in the valley north of here, surrounded by mountains on three sides. The restaurant families there have been making these knuckles for 3 generations.
Eating, there's this moment when you bite through the braised skin into the meat and you get this rush of concentrated soy and star anise and something sweet. It's been cooking all day and every layer of flavor has melded into one thing. This is comfort food at its most powerful.
Perfect for a cold and windy day at the southern tip of Taiwan.
Mouth full, contentedly, exactly. Okay. Sun Wukong has the red gourd. The demons have 4 weapons left. What's his next move?
Sun Wukong spent a short time thinking, and what he came up with was either brilliant or completely insane. He pulled a hair from his head and transformed it into a new shape, the red gourd, in his hand. Then he went looking for information about the demons.
He was going to use a fake gourd as a prop?
He flew above the demon's mountain and spotted something. Coming up a path from the lower slopes was an old woman, a real one, an elderly demon woman carrying a bundle of supplies, walking toward the cave.
Who was she?
This, it turned out, was the demon's mother. The old woman who had raised the Golden Horn King and the Silver Horn King. She came to visit them and brought supplies.
Oh no. He's going to steal her identity.
Sun Wukong watched her for a few minutes. Then he transformed a second hair into a sleeping potion, just a little charm, and laid it in her path. The old woman stepped over it, the charm took effect, and she sat down on a stone and fell deeply asleep.
He knocked her out?
Gently. She's fine. She'll wake up later. But now Sun Wukong transformed completely into her likeness, her face, her clothes, her hunched posture, her shuffling walk, her voice.
Her voice?
Transformed completely. He picked up her bundle of supplies and walked up to the cave entrance. The guards looked at the old woman and said, "Oh, old madam is here. Let her in."
Laughing, the plan is working.
Sun Wukong as the old mother shuffled into the cave. The Silver Horn King was the first to come running. "Mother, you came." He put his arm around the old woman's shoulders.
Wincing, he's hugging Sun Wukong thinking it's his mother.
Sun Wukong patted him on the arm and said in a creaky old woman's voice, "My boys, are you both safe? Have you eaten? Let me see your treasures, are they all properly stored?"
He's asking to see the treasures.
The Silver Horn King, completely trusting, said, "Of course, mother. Look, we have the jade bottle, the golden rope, the fan, the 7 swords. And the red gourd, though we're missing it, that tricky monkey stole it." Sun Wukong said, "The monkey stole the gourd? Oh, don't worry, I brought you a replacement from my old cabinet at home. Look." And he held out the fake gourd.
Barely breathing, he gave the demon a fake gourd in exchange for, what?
The Silver Horn King grabbed the fake gourd and gave the real jade bottle to Mother for safekeeping. "Keep this safe, Mother, until we get the original gourd back." Sun Wukong took the jade bottle.
He has the jade bottle now too.
He has 2 of the 5 weapons.
Let's walk along the coast path. The coral reef formations here are extraordinary, raised coral platforms that were once underwater, now exposed.
The rock under my feet is full of tiny holes and patterns. That's all coral?
Fossilized coral, yes. This entire shoreline was once a living reef, pushed above sea level over thousands of years of geological uplift. You're walking on ancient ocean floor.
And just offshore, the living reef is thriving. Since Kenting became a national park, the underwater ecosystem has been protected. Over 200 species of coral and more than 1,000 species of fish have been recorded here.
1,000 species of fish? That's an entire underwater city.
Kenting's reef is one of the most biodiverse marine environments in Taiwan. The 3 converging currents bring nutrients from every direction. It creates conditions you don't find anywhere else.
Sometimes I forget how much is happening beneath the surface.
That's the whole point of a national park, protecting what you can't always see.
Sun Wukong does the same thing in his battles. No rulebook, no formula. He looks at the problem, identifies the weakness, and builds the solution out of what he has.
Which right now means a red gourd, a jade bottle, and a disguise as someone's mother. Not the most heroic arsenal I've ever heard of.
Results count more than methods.
Sun Wukong slipped out of the cave with the jade bottle, dropped the old mother disguise, and restored himself to his true form. He now had the gourd and the bottle, 2 of the 5 treasures.
He has both dissolving containers.
Now he needed to use them. He flew to a position above the cave, and called down in his own voice, "Silver Horn King. I'm the great sage equal to heaven, I'm right here, come and face me."
He announced himself.
The Silver Horn King came charging out with the rest of his soldiers, saw Sun Wukong in the sky, and screamed, "Monkey! Give back what you stole!" He raised his weapons and flew up to fight.
A real fight this time?
A real fight. The Silver Horn King was genuinely powerful. They traded blow after blow across the mountaintop. The demon's weapons were fast and strong. Sun Wukong took a few hard hits but stayed in the fight. And then when the demon was pressed close and both of them were panting, Sun Wukong held up the red gourd, pointed it at the Silver Horn King, and called out the demon's name.
Sharp intake of breath.
The Silver Horn King, on reflex exactly as Sun Wukong had done, heard his own name called and instinctively opened his mouth to respond.
No.
The wind from the gourd caught him. He scrambled, clawed at the air, called for his soldiers, and was pulled inside. Sun Wukong sealed the gourd with his own paper seal and set it aside.
Triumphantly, one down.
One down. One to go.
Excitedly, back for more Houwanbi seafood. The village is just around the headland from here.
Celebrating a successful gourd trapping?
Enthusiastically, today I have grilled swordfish. Swordfish steak, right off the grill. The outside has these beautiful grill marks and the inside is dense and meaty, almost like beef. Swordfish is a big ocean fish, a deep-sea hunter. It tastes absolutely wild. No gentleness. Just the sea at full power.
Kenting's offshore waters are some of the deepest accessible anywhere near Taiwan. The continental shelf drops away sharply just south of here. Deep-sea fish like swordfish come relatively close to shore.
Taking a bite, and a squeeze of lime, just a little salt, and that's all it needs. When the fish is this good, you don't complicate it.
Simple. Correct. Exactly what the moment calls for.
Satisfied, okay. Silver Horn King is trapped. Golden Horn King has 3 weapons and an army. How does Sun Wukong finish this?
The Golden Horn King heard that his brother had been captured. He was furious and frightened. His brother, the Silver Horn King, had been one of the most powerful demons in the region. And now he was sealed inside a gourd.
He knows now that Sun Wukong has the gourd and has figured out how to use it.
The Golden Horn King had 3 weapons left, the golden rope, the plantain fan, and the 7 swords. He gathered his entire army and marched out to face Sun Wukong directly.
A full military confrontation.
Sun Wukong saw the army coming and met it head-on. He called Pigsy and Sandy forward, not to fight, but to create noise and chaos from different directions while he dealt with the Demon King directly.
Strategy. Not just brute force.
The Golden Horn King threw the golden rope first. It flew through the air, self-tying, aiming for Sun Wukong's wrists. Sun Wukong twisted sideways and it missed. He threw his staff to create a distraction and charged directly at the demon.
The rope missed? How?
He'd been watching it for 2 days. He knew how it flew. It sought the wrists, the point where the hands connect to the arms. He turned his wrists toward each other so that the rope had nothing to grip, and it flew between them.
He studied how the weapon moved and adjusted his body to avoid it.
That's the most sophisticated kind of fighting. Not stronger. Smarter.
The Golden Horn King raised the plantain fan. One wave and a wall of fire erupted across the mountainside.
Alarmed, fire that burns mountains.
Sun Wukong used the J5. He pointed it at the approaching wall of fire and called out not his own name, but the fire's nature, commanding it to enter. The bottle, being a container that responds to command, pulled the fire in. The wall went cold.
He used a demon's own bottle to suck up the demon's own fire attack.
2 weapons gone. 7 swords remained. The Golden Horn King, desperate, launched all 7 swords at once. Spinning, self-flying, targeting from every angle.
7 swords at once sounds impossible to dodge.
Sun Wukong didn't try to dodge all of them. He pulled one hair from his head and blew on it, and it became 1,000 tiny Sun Wukong copies, all jumping and yelling and drawing the swords in different directions. Then the real Sun Wukong came in from above.
A cloud of decoys.
He hit the Golden Horn King square across the back. The demon fell. Sun Wukong picked up the red gourd and called the Golden Horn King's name.
Holding breath.
The demon reached for his weapons, they were all gone or neutralized, and heard his own name and answered.
Exhaling slowly, both of them. Both demon kings. Inside the gourd.
Sun Wukong sealed it. He stood on the mountainside, surrounded by demon soldiers who immediately ran away, and held up a red gourd with 2 of the most dangerous demons of the journey inside it.
Let's walk through Kenting Main Street for the afternoon.
Kenting Main Street is so fun. It's like permanent festival energy. Shops, food stalls, people on scooters.
Kenting Town has been a resort destination since the 1970s, when the national park was established. On summer weekends the main street is completely packed: food, surfing gear, flowers. It's one of the most visited spots in the whole country.
Off-season, like right now, it's calmer. You can actually walk.
I like it. It's festive but not overwhelming. There's a reggae bar over there. And a shop selling surfboards. And a stall selling mango shaved ice.
A long way from the top of a mountain where Sun Wukong just trapped 2 demon kings.
Very far from that. And yet, I feel good. Sun Wukong won. He really won today.
He used every tool. Disguise, patience, knowledge of the weapons, decoys. It wasn't one big punch. It was 100 small decisions.
He got smarter while fighting. That's the best kind of victory.
After both demons were trapped, Sun Wukong walked back to where Tang Monk and the others were waiting. He put the gourd down in front of them and said, "Master." "Done."
Casual. Just done.
Tang Monk looked at the gourd. "Both demon kings are inside?" Sun Wukong, "Both." Pigsy immediately said, "I want to shake the gourd." Sun Wukong, "Don't shake the gourd." Pigsy, "Just a little." Sun Wukong, "Absolutely do not shake the gourd."
Laughing, Pigsy.
Sandy said, "Brother Wukong, what do we do with them now? Carry the gourd all the way to the west?" Sun Wukong thought about it. "We destroy them here. A demon inside the gourd for long enough will dissolve. We wait."
That's what the gourd was going to do to Sun Wukong.
Exactly what the gourd was meant to do to him, it now does to them. He used their own weapon, the exact way they intended to use it on him.
Quietly, there's something very satisfying about that.
They set up camp on the mountainside and waited. And there was a surprise waiting for them the next morning.
What kind of surprise?
That's next time. At the hot springs, heading north again.
Time to wrap up. The sun is setting over Kenting, 3 oceans are going gold and orange at once, and the coral coastline is catching the last light.
Today we came to Kenting National Park, Taiwan's first national park, where 3 oceans converge at the tip of the Hengchun Peninsula.
We ate Wanluang pig knuckles, braised all day in soy and star anise, lacquered and rich.
We had fresh seafood from Houwanbi, grilled clean and simple. And we watched Sun Wukong pull off the most outrageous sequence of the story so far, disguising as a demon's own mother to steal weapons, fighting 4 separate rounds against the demon kings with completely different tactics, and finally using the demon's own gourd to trap both of them inside.
He turned their weapon against them. The trap that was designed for him, he used on them.
And he never stopped thinking. That's the key. Every time something didn't work, he found the next angle.
What's next?
The southernmost tip of Taiwan, Houwanbi. The very end of the island. And someone unexpected shows up to claim the demons.
Intrigued, claim them? Like, they belong to someone?
Softly, the best victories aren't one big punch, they're 100 small decisions, each one a little smarter than the last. On Bao Island, stories grow up with you.